Well, hello there, and welcome back to WarThunder. Yeah. So I was really surprised when I saw this on Reddit, and then I jumped in and checked it out, and lo and behold, we have boats. This is I knew WarThunder boats were coming. I knew that. I just didn't know when or how, or I assumed they would be World War One, World War Two style boats, but these are Age of Sail. And from what I read on the article, it looks like that's what they're going to be doing, is sort of Age of Sail, similar to naval action. If I read the article correctly, they're going to be focusing on kind of an open world PvP sort of confrontation type thing, which is interesting, but I'm wondering how that's going to turn out. I think it's really interesting. Now, obviously, this is an arcade mode, I guess. I hope that they would have a realistic and a simulator modes as well, just in terms of like ship mechanics. But my initial impression was similar to naval action. It's not the same, and it's not nearly as detailed. And you can see me shooting very poorly in the opening parts of this match because I just don't understand how the range works yet. I'm trying to figure it out. I also couldn't figure out, I hadn't been using my binoculars, but I figured out the binoculars are actually pretty useful. Just trying to get all the guns on target. It's going to be rough until I get a little closer. But yeah, this was surprising. I think it looks very nice. It performs, it seems to be very nice. There are some weird things like ships running into each other, running into ground and nothing happening. But all in all, I mean, this is pretty cool. I also saw the little tech tree they have, and you know, it was just a very basic British tech tree, but it seemed like an appropriate tech tree. I am surprised that it's not World War One, World War Two ships. But once I thought about it, it kind of makes sense, because I think putting ships into the game in sync with planes and tanks would probably be really hard, because the tanks have no way of fighting the ships. You know, most of the machines struggle to fight planes effectively. You obviously can. You can shoot planes with your cannons and machine guns and stuff, but AAA, that's usually their job. I don't think tanks can engage ships. I don't think that's a thing. So the only thing that would be able to would be planes, which basically means you need to have a very large, huge open battle place for ships, planes, and tanks to all work together. And maybe that's a goal down the line. And maybe that develops out of lessons learned in this world, where you have like kind of almost a standalone game that you can experiment with ship mechanics and things like that on maybe a more simplistic scale. Just because you don't have things. To me, I say simplistic. It's probably just as complicated, but to me it seems simplistic. Just because I feel like there's less things to maybe manage. I don't know. We'll see. But all in all, it seems like I enjoyed it. I was surprised, and I enjoyed this. You know, it's a very arcadey style. It's certainly not naval action levels of like that, for example. It seems like the way you destroy ships is just blow up their magazines. You got to get close, get up alongside them, put a broadside into their hull, kind of like that. But your cannons need to be more centralized. If you hit the midships at close range, it's going to cause some serious problems. But this was interesting. I mean, I didn't know this was a thing, that they were working on this. I assumed someone knew, but it wasn't me. So I wasn't expecting this, and this was like a pleasant surprise, which is always nice. It will be interesting to see how they proceed from here, though, because based on what I read, this is going to be more of a PvE type of game mode, nationality versus nationality, protecting caravans, and kind of a more open world experience, a lot like naval action. I'm wondering if it'll be basically like just one humongous map where you can just engage targets at willy-nilly, or like a naval action implementation where you're sailing around but then you go into a battle instance. I think that could be really interesting. It also could be more, I don't know. I feel like there needs to be some level of PvP. I think you should allow for different nationality, basically a lot like naval action does, but maybe make it really open world, and you have some level of PvP between nationalities. Maybe the way you protect the PvE zones is by having big escort fleets sailing around, like patrols basically, that are very powerful and would take a lot of resources to sink. So basically it makes it inefficient to go into PvE zones trying to do PvP, or you could just not let them do it. That's a possibility. But it's interesting. I'm interested to see what people think about this. I personally like it, and it's kind of like just a kind of random change of pace, which is never bad. I don't think giving people the option to try something else is ever a bad thing. So, I don't know. Tell me what you think. I had to make. They got this quick video out because I'm actually leaving for the weekend. So, it was a good thing I noticed it when I did, or else I wouldn't have been able to throw this together. And this is cool, and this certainly deserves some type of video. But yeah, make sure to tell me what you think. I feel like this. I think I said it earlier that this seems quote-unquote polished for what's here. I don't think there's not really a good interface yet. Like, I think they could do better jobs in indicating like damage and things like that, and some of the little displays need to be worked out, and maybe some more. I think probably some type of explanation of some of the mechanics. Like, for example, knowing the direction of the wind. If wind is modeled in this game, knowing its direction would be really nice, but I guess that's what we have flags for. But I don't know how accurate it is. I don't even know really if wind is in the game. But, there's times when your ship is healing really bad and you don't quite know what to do with it. So, in naval action it's more obvious, I guess, based on with the information you have. And right here I've made a key mistake. I've sailed into a rock, which doesn't really mean anything for me, but it does mean that the guy sailing around is going to be able to line up a nice shot on me, which is unfortunate. But I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video, and I hope you're having fun with the sailing game mode, the completely unexpected one. I've been Corny Swiss, and I'll see you next time.